ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवे प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयदं सुहृदो पङ्गुर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधा मदन मोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपं परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षि अक्षराय दे सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तु मे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, Hari Om Tat Sat. So, welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, fourth chapter, 14th sloka onwards. Suta uvacha dvapare samanuprapte tritiye yuga paryaye jata parasaraj yogi वासव्यां कलया हरे सूत उवाच द्वापरे समनुप्राप्ते तृतीये युग पर्यये जाता परासराज योगी वासव्यां कलया हरे। उमा प्लीज।
हरे कृष्ण। सूत उवाच द्वापरे समनुप्राप्ते तृतीये युगपर्यये जाता पराशरात् योगी वासव्यां कलया हरेः।
हरि बोल। शैलजा माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण। सूता उवाच द्वापरे समनुप्राप्ते तृतीये युगपर्यये जातः पराशरात् योगी वासव्यां कलया हरे।
Kapil Prabhu, can you please read the translation?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sutta Goswami said, when the second millennium overlapped the third, the great sage Vyasadeva was born to Parasara in the womb of Satyavati, the daughter of Vasu.
Reward. Sutta Goswami said, when the second millennium overlapped the third, the great sage Vyasadeva was born to Parasara in the womb of Satyavati, the daughter of Vasu. Okay, what do you understand from this? Shilpa Mataji, Kapil Prabhu. Sutta Goswami said, when the second millennium overlapped the third, you know what is millennium?
Yeah.
Yuga. Okay, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. So here it is said that when the second millennium overlapped the third, what does it mean?
Treta Yuga overlapped with the Dwapara Yuga.
That means actually the sequence is Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. That's the actual sequence. But this particular cycle, 28th cycle of this particular Manvantara, what happened? The Yuga overlapped. Okay. Treta Yuga came first, then Dwapara Yuga.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Usually the sequence is Satya Yuga, that's first.
Satya, Dwapara, yeah.
Dwapara Yuga, then Dvidiya, Dwa. Okay, that's second.
Correct.
3, Treta Yuga, that is third. Okay, then Kali Yuga. But this time it is overlapped. So this is a particular, some speciality is there. Why? What is the reason? What is the speciality of this particular cycle, Yuga cycle?
Prabhuji, I'm not sure.
Anybody else?
Krishna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krishna
came into the
The Lord himself is.
the Lord himself came. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, that is the reason. Okay.
He came. He comes only once in a day of Brahma, one kalpa. Only once in a kalpa he comes. So that's why this special. Okay. So this overlapped, this Yuga overlapped in this particular millennium in the Yuga cycle, 28th Yuga cycle of Manvantara. So which Manvantara we are in? We are in which Manvantara?
Vivaswana.
Yes. Vivaswan. Vaivasudha Manu. Okay. This is the 7th Manu of this particular Kalpa. How many Manus are there in a day?
14.
14 Manu. So in a lifespan of Brahma, how many Manus? 504,000 Manus comes and goes. 504,000 Manus comes and goes in a lifespan of Brahma. That means the lifespan of this particular universe, 504,000 Manus comes. Okay, so 72 Manvantara is one kalpa. Okay, so this is the 28th cycle of Mahayuga, of this particular Manvantara. 28th, and this is 7th Manu. So what do we understand from this? So Brahma is at the noon time. Brahma's in the day. Kalpa is 12 hours. Okay. So 7th Manu means out of 14 Manu a day, 7th Manu means exactly the half. Okay. Even the 28th cycle also, if you see, approximately it is half only, 72. Little less, but still approximately that. So this is the noon time of Brahma. For us, 12 hours is the daytime. Similarly, 12 hours for Brahma also. So 7 Manus have the 7th Manu going on. That means the noon time of Brahma. So that is the speciality of this particular. So in this particular millennium, the Dwapara Yuga and Treta Yuga swept. So at that time, who appeared? The great sage Vyasadeva was born to Parasara in the womb of Satyavati. So the mother and father of Vyasadeva is Parasara and Satyavati. Okay, the daughter of Vasu. So we know Parasara is a very expert Vedic exponent. Right? And as his son Vyasadeva is what avatara?
Krishna.
No,
Satya.
Shakti Avesha Avatara. Yes. Shakti Avesha Avatara is Jiva Tattva or Vishnu Tattva?
Vishnu Tattva.
No. Jiva Tattva. Shakti Avesh, empowered. Okay.
Yes.
Shakti, certain potency is empowered to a living entity. Then it is called Shakti Avesha. Shakti Avesha Avatara. So, for example, Narada is a Shakti Avesha Avatara. Vyasadeva, Prithu Maharaj. Okay. So there are Shakti Avesha Avadara. 4 Kumaras. Shakti Avesha. Narada is Shakti Avesha Avadara in which discipline? Devotional service. Sanat Kumara is Shakti Avesha Avadara in which discipline?
Devotion.
Jnanis, knowledge. Okay. And Vyasadeva, that's also later incarnation, Suhita Avatar. So certain potency is invested by the Supreme Lord in a very exalted devotee. That's Jivadattva. So Vyasadeva and our Parashurama. Parashurama, again, to kill all the demonic. With one axe, he used to kill thousands of demonic people. Is it possible in a normal way? It's not possible. Because he has invested, the Supreme Lord has invested that potency, Parashurama could do that. So, Vyasadeva was born to Parashara and Satyavati. Okay. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Puranas, they are not in chronological order. They are just like thematic. Whatever we have to say, if it is in chronological order, no, whatever is happening in the 10th canto, it will not be said in first canto. But whatever is happening in 10th canto is sometimes said in first and second and third canto. It's not, and it's just like flashback. Even the movies, Indian movies, they take this, swapping of sequences and orders from our Puranas. But Itihasas, they are in chronological order. Puranas are not in chronological order. It's thematic. What has happened later, it will be discussed in the earlier chapters or cantos. So we can never say, and not only that, so conversation, according to time, place, and circumstances, they will recall certain incidents, certain events of previous times. So that's what we have to understand. There is a chronological order of the 4 millenniums, namely Satya, Dwapara, Treta, and Kali. As I told you, there's a chronological order. But sometimes there is overlapping. During the regime of Vaivashya Manu, there was an overlapping of the 28th round of 4 millenniums. So 28th round, the 28th cycle of the Mahayuga. Mahayuga is the 4 yugas combined, one yuga, Mahayuga. That Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga is one Mahayuga. Or sometimes it's called Divya Yuga also. So this is a 28th round of that 4 millenniums. And the third millennium appeared prior to the second. So this time, this particular millennium, the third millennium appeared prior to the second, that is Dwapara. So in that particular millennium, Lord Sri Krishna also descends. So that's a speciality. So Lord Krishna descends in that particular millennium where this overlapping has happened. And because of this, there was some particular alteration. The mother of the great sage was Satyavati, the daughter of the Vasu fisherman. We know that Satyavati is the daughter of fisherman. Okay, and when they had union, that is Satyavati and Parasara, Vyasadeva was born, and the father was the great Parasara Muni. That is the history of Vyasadeva's birth. Every millennium is divided into 3 periods, and each period is called a Sandhya. Vyasadeva appeared in the 3rd Sandhya of that particular age. What is Sandhya means? The juncture. Okay. So there are, in a day, how many Sandhyas are there?
3.
3. So in millennium also there is 3. So Vyasadeva is also appeared in the 3rd Sandhya of that particular age. So this is the brief of Vyasadeva's appearance. Why Siddha Goswami is telling all this? Because the sun of Vyasadeva is Sukadeva Goswami, and he is the personality who has given the Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So text 15. Sakadajit Saraswatya upasprisya jalam suchi vivikta ek asina udite revi mandale. Sakadajit Saraswatya upasprisya jalam suchi vivikta ek asina udite revi mandale. Okay. Jubi Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
सा कदाचित् सरस्वत्ये उपस्पृश्य जलं सुजी विविक्ता एक आसीने उदिदारे विमण्डले.
Very good. Vandana Mataji.
कदाचित् सरस्वत्या उपस्पर्श्य जलं शुचि विविक्ता एक आशीन उदिते रविमण्डले.
Very good. And Shilpa Mataji, translation, please.
Once upon a time, he, as the sun rose, took his morning absolution in the water of the Saraswati and sat alone to the concentrate.
Okay, once upon a time, he, concentrate. Once upon a time, he, who? Vyasadeva, as the sun rose, took his morning ablution in the water of the Saraswati and sat alone to concentrate. So before we meditate, before we do any auspicious activities, spiritual activity, we have to do some achamana, some, what you call ablution, invoke the mantras, invoke the presence of the Supreme Lord, get the mercy of the Guru, Acharyas. So once upon a time, he, Vyasadeva, as the sun rose. So that is the Prathama Sandhya, okay? The first Sandhya, as the sun rose, took his morning ablution in the waters of the Saraswati and sat alone to concentrate, Vyasadeva. The river Saraswati is flowing in the Badrikashrama area of the Himalayas. So the place indicated here is Samya Prasha in Badrikashrama, where Sri Vyasadeva is residing. Those who have gone to Badrikashrama will know the Vyasa Guha, where Vyasa is still there. Vyasa is also a Chiranjeevi. Okay, so Vyasadeva is still there. So he is in Samya Prasha in Badrikashrama. Right? Text 16. Paravaratnyasa rishi kalena vyakta ramhasam yuga dharma vyadikaram praptam bhuvi yuge yuge paravaratnyasa rishi kalena vyakta ramhasa yuga dharma vyadikaram praptam bhuvi yuge yuge. Hare Krishna. Sini Mataji, can you? Is it possible?
ഇല്ല പ്രഭുജി ഞാൻ വെളിയിലായതുകൊണ്ട്.
That's okay. No problem. Okay. So, Shilpa Mataji.
परावरज्ञ सारुषिः कालेना व्यक्तरं हसा युगधर्म व्यक्तिकरं प्राप्तं भुवि युगे युगे.
Okay, Haribo. And Uma.
परावरज्ञसा ऋषिः कालेना विक्तरं हसा युगधर्माविधिकरं प्राप्तं भुवि युगे युगे.
Haribo. And the translation, Kapil Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. The great sage Vyasadeva saw anomalies in the duties of the millennium. This happens on the earth in different ages due to the unseen force of time.
Haribo. The great sage Vyasadeva saw anomalies in the duties of the millennium. This happens on the earth in different ages due to the unseen force of time. So, the great sage Vyasadeva saw anomalies. What is an anomalies? People are deviating from the prescribed duties. Okay. What is not supposed to happen is going to happen. Why? Because of the influence of time. Because of the influence of time. It happens on the earth in different ages due to the unseen force of time. So he could foresee. There are Trigalatjnanis. Trigalatjnani means those who knows past, present, and future. Why? Because they are empowered incarnation. They are empowered by the Supreme Lord. Okay? So he could foresee things are not happening the way it is supposed to happen because of the influence of time, the prabhava, the influence of the time. Especially in the age of Kali, things will go worse. The great sages like Vyasadeva are liberated souls. And therefore, they can see clearly past and future. They are not ordinary people like us. They are exalted devotees, close, confidential devotees of the Supreme Lord, who have been invested with certain potency to perform certain mission. So they can see clearly past and future. Thus, he could see the future anomalies in Kali age, the age of Kali. And accordingly, he made arrangement for the people in general so that they can execute a progressive life in this age, which is full of darkness. So he knew in the age of Kali, people's intelligence will be reduced. They'll be lazy. They'll be fools. Okay. And they'll be unfortunate, always disturbed. As Bhagavatam says, Prayana alpayusha sabhya kalo asmin yuge janaha mandaha sumanda madayo manda bhagyahi ubhadrata. Manda means lazy, dull-headed. Okay. Actually, the human beings, they are highly intelligent people compared to the other species. But in the age of Kali, although we have this human form of life, we are not very intelligent. Manda, sumanda, super unintelligent, super lazy. That is not only less intelligent, super less intelligent, and super lazy, super dull, super fool. We can say anything. Sumanda Mandi. Manda Bhagya. And our fortune, our luck is also not good. We are not lucky enough, like in the other ages. Because we don't have the blessings of the Supreme Lord, because we have deviated from the spiritual path. That's why we don't have the luck also, the blessings also. And Upadrata, always disturbed. Something or the other keeps attacking us, disturbing us. So he has seen, that's why Vyasadeva, what did he do? For the benefit of people in the age of Kali, he wrote it down this. Till then, it was not in record. It was not in written form. Because he knew that in Kali Yuga, it is going to be worse. So let me write down so that it will be beneficial for the people in the age of Kali. So accordingly, he made arrangement. What arrangement? He wrote these scriptures. Till then, how was it coming? Oral reception. So who wrote it? Ganapati wrote it. Who instructed it? Who dictated it? Vyasadeva. Right. So that they can execute a progressive life in this age, which is full of darkness. So this age is called age of darkness. So what gives light in this age of darkness? What gives light? How this darkness is dissipated?
Study of scriptures.
Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam. When Lord Krishna departed from this mortal world, he gave us the Srimad Bhagavatam. Isn't it? So that is how we got enlightened. So if Srimad Bhagavatam is also not there, we will be total in darkness. So Krishna and Bhagavatam is non-different. Although Krishna is physically departed, but his presence in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam is given to all of us. So religiosity is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Although Krishna is left, religion is still intact because of the presence of Srimad Bhagavatam. The people in general in this age of Kali are too much interested in matter, which is temporary. Okay. We are so much interested in materialistic activities, materialistic sense enjoyments. Then the actual duty, the actual activity is spiritual activity, but we are not interested. Why? Because we have less intelligence. We think that matter gives us happiness, but matter never gives happiness. Only spirituality gives us eternal happiness. Matter may give some temporary flickering happiness. Spirituality gives us the eternal happiness. So in the age of Kali, people thinks otherwise, that matter is everything. We will get pleasure from things. Usually, we should love people and use things. But in the age of Kali, we love things and use people. Exactly the opposite. So because of ignorance, they're unable to evaluate the assets of life and be enlightened in spiritual knowledge. The real life, the real interest of a human being should be to get enlightened in spiritual knowledge. That is the real human life's goal. But unfortunately, we are not interested because we have been misguided that matter is everything. Now, if you give a novel, okay, a story to any child and give a Bhagavad Gita, which one will he choose? You will choose the novel, then Bhagavad Gita. Why? They find that flickering or temporary happiness in the novel, not in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita gives us spiritual wisdom, but the other novel gives us some temporary sense enjoyment. So who reads Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? Only devotees, those who are inclined in spiritual, knowledge. Only they will pick up Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? So that's a scenario of the age, of this particular age. So 1718. Bhaudikanam cha bhavanam shakti-hrasam cha tatkritam ashraddhadhanan nissatvan durmedhan rasitayusham durbhagamscha janan vikshya munirdivyena chakshusha sarva varnashramanam yad dadhyohidam amoghadrek भौतिकानां च भावानां शक्तिह्रासं च तत्कृतम् अश्रद्धदानान्निस्वत्वान् दुर्मेधान् ह्रसितायुषां दुर्भागांश्च जनान् वीक्ष्य मुनिर्दिव्येन चक्षुषा सर्ववर्णाश्रमाणां यत् दध्योहिदम् अमोघदृक्. शैलजा माता जी.
हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण.
भौतिकानां च भावानां शक्तिह्रासं च तद्कृतम् अश्रद्धदानान् निःशब्दान् दुर्मेधान् हसिदायुषा दुर्भगां च जनान् वीक्ष्य मुनिर्दिव्येन चक्षुषा सर्ववर्णाश्रमाणां हिदमोघदृक्.
Very good. Okay, Shilpa Mata ji. Yes.
भौतिकानां च भावानां शक्तिह्रासं च तत्कृतम् अद्वत्तानानि सत्त्वान् दुर्मे स्थानारिसायुषा दुर्भगांश्च जनां वीक्षं मुनिर्दिव्येन चक्षुषा सर्ववर्णाश्रमाणां यद्योहिताममोद्यत्कृत्.
Okay, Hari Bol. And Vandana Mata ji, translation please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The great sage who was fully equipped in knowledge could see through his transcendental vision the deterioration of everything material due to the influence of the age. he could also see that the faithless people in general would be reduced in duration of life and would be impatient due to the lack of goodness. Thus, he contemplated for the welfare of men in all status, on all status and order of life.
Very good.
State.
The great sage, who was fully equipped in knowledge, could see through his transcendental vision the deterioration of everything material due to the influence of age, could also see that the faithless people in general would be reduced duration of life and would be impatient due to lack of goodness. Thus, he contemplated for the welfare of men in all statuses and orders of life. So, as explained earlier, Vyasadeva, a great sage, empowered incarnation of the Supreme Lord, could see the past and future. So seeing the future is not going to be very good. So he predicted that there is a deterioration, of everything in the age of Kali. So to help them to come out of that, he wanted to give this Srimad Bhagavatam to all of us. And people will be faithless in this age of Kali. They'll be reduced because they're faithless. The duration of life also will be reduced. So as we know, as Srimad Bhagavatam reveals, that towards the end of Kali Yuga, the duration of the life of the people in general will be reduced to some 20 years or something. Just imagine. And the height of the people will be reduced in such a way that the person has to climb a brinjal tree to pluck brinjal. You know the height of a brinjal tree, and to pluck the brinjal, one has to climb the brinjal tree. That will be the size of the people towards the end of Kali Yuga. So it is going to deteriorate more and more as it progresses, and they lack goodness. So they will be situated mostly in the tamoguna. That is the mode of ignorance. If we want to understand spiritual subject matters, one should situate ourselves in the mode of goodness. Only in the mode of goodness it is possible to understand the science of God. We can start to understand about the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the mode of passion, but that will be not stable. We'll, off and on, we'll be doing it, but we are not steady. Siddha Prajna can be only in the mode of goodness. So one has to rise from mode of ignorance to passion to goodness. So it is a must that we have to transcend from the lower modes to the higher mode, that is mode of goodness. Only in mode of goodness we'll be able to understand the things in the right perspective. So that's what here it says. The unmanifested forces of time are so powerful that they reduce all matter to oblivion in due course. Everything will be reduced to oblivion. The forces of time so powerful. We say, it's because of the time. We usually say, we cannot. And who is time? Who is time? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi aham. Time is Krishna. Time is Krishna. Can we stop the time? Can we stop the ticking of the clock? Yes, when the battery is not there, it will stop. But time will never stop. Even if the clock stops, time will never stop ticking.
No.
Right? Is it in our hand? Is it in our control? No.
No.
It is the control of the Supreme Lord. This duration of, say, 100 years of our lifespan, it is a fraction of the second in the cosmic time scale. And we think that, something great, we have achieved something great. So the unmanifested forces of time are so powerful that they reduce all matter to oblivion in due course. Who we were, who we are, who we will be. Everything is gone. We don't remember our younger days, what all things happened, what all we did. Do we remember? Time is destroyed. What is happening now, present? Do we remember everything? No. What is going to happen? No. Nothing. Nothing will be there. This will become, after a few years, there'll be only our photo on the wall. For few days, not every one of us. For a few days, there'll be photo. That photos also will be removed. Isn't it? So that is time. Time and tide wait for none. This is a saying. Time and tide wait for none. So in Kali Yuga, the last millennium of a round of 4 millenniums, the power of all material objects deteriorates by the influence of time. Even there'll be shift in the geographical conditions also. The planet Earth, the places, the places, everything shifts. The time zones, everything shifts. So in this age, the duration of the material body of the people in general is much reduced. As I explained, duration of the material body of the people in general is much reduced, and so is the memory. We know that in the Satya Yuga, it was 100,000, the lifespan. Then it is to 10,000. Then it is to 1,000. Now it is 100. That's also reduced. Average person lives for 60 years, 70 years average. And it is going to further reduce towards the end of Kali Yuga. And so the memory also. The memory of the people is reduced. What exactly we were doing at this point of time yesterday, we have to scratch our head. Just yesterday, forget about last week. So that is the memory. That is the memory power. So it's also reduced. The action of matter has also not so much incentive. The land does not produce food grains in the same proportions as it did in other ages. Why? We are exploiting the mother nature. So the mother nature is also not providing us adequately because we are exploiting mother nature. Mother nature is not happy with our activities. We're drilling the mother nature for so much of oil, for so much of minerals and other things. We are drilling, we are exploiting mother nature. It's slaughterhouses everywhere. We are killing other innocent animals for our sense gratification. As Prabhupada says, the animal killing and the abortion are the two reasons for all the natural calamities, the main reasons. Why so much of natural calamities happening? Because of these two main sinful activities. One is the killing of animals, left, right, and center. We have opened slaughterhouses. Okay, they're also living beings. They're also having pain and pleasure. We have no right to kill them. We have not created them, so we have no right to kill them also. So all creatures of the Supreme Lord, His children, just like how we are children of God, they're also children of God. So we have no right to destroy them. No, just for the sake of our gratification of time. So even the land does not produce the food grains in the same proportions as it did in the other ages. In the other ages, it was in abundance. Everything was in abundance. The proper rain, proper sunlight and vegetation and minerals, everything was in abundance. There was no scarcity at all. The cow does not give as much milk as it used to give formerly. Cow also doesn't give milk how much it has to give. because of the entrance of time. The production of vegetables and fruits is less than before. As such, all living beings, both men and animals, do not have sumptuous, nourishing food. We know people in many countries are suffering because of malnutrition. People are crying for roti kapda makan. Starvation everywhere. People are suffering because of malnutrition. They don't have enough food to consume. So that's also a real problem in the age of Kali. Due to want of so many necessities of life, naturally the duration of life is reduced. The memory is short, intelligence is meager, mutual dealings are full of hypocrisy and so on. Lot of Prabhupada says there are two categories of people at the present time. Two categories of people. What is that? Cheaters and the cheated. Some category, they are the cheaters, and other category, they are getting cheated. They are the two categories. So great sage Vyasadeva could see this by his transcendental vision. As an astrologer can see the future fate of a man, or an astronomer can foretell the solar and lunar eclipses, those liberated souls who can see through the scriptures can foretell the future of all mankind. They can see this due to their sharp vision of spiritual attainment. So the astrologer has the knowledge to predict the future of us. Similarly, the astronomer can also foretell. See, after this Kumbh Mela, which just concluded yesterday, they could foretell, the astronomers, that after 144 years, all these celestial bodies, they are coming in one line. The sun, the moon, the earth, and Jupiter and all. It's predicted. Who? The astronomers. 144 years before. After 144 years, this particular constellation is going to be in this alignment. So they can foretell. Astrologer can foretell. And the scriptures can foretell. The liberated souls can foretell. They can see this due to their sharp vision of spiritual attainment. It is not because of the advancement of material science. It is because of the sharp vision of spiritual attainment. Even the material science also can see it to a certain extent. But there may be flaws. There may be errors, mistakes. It's not necessary that it will be 100% fact or truth. But the spiritual vision is 100% we can rely upon. We can rely upon the scriptures. It will never go wrong. Why? Why the spiritual information, data will never go wrong? What is the reason? The scriptures will never go wrong. Why?
Sanatan, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This Sanatan, it is like coming from spiritual concept, not developed by the human.
Yes, exactly. It is not man-made. It is called apaurushaya. Anything that is created by man, we cannot rely 100%. There can be errors, there can be flaws, there can be mistakes. But anything that is come from the Supreme Lord, it is called apaurishaya. And this is given by those who are beyond the three modes of material nature, who are not within the purview of the three modes, sattva, rajas, and tama. They are beyond that. So anything that comes from the Supreme Lord through the disciple succession, we can rely upon such information 100%. Others, maybe scientists, there are so many, great scientists, technological advancement, scientific advancement. It may or may not be right. But this 100% we can rely upon the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. 5,000 years back, Lord Krishna said, soul, that what is the size of the soul? Soul cannot be cut into pieces. Soul cannot be destroyed by any weapons. The soul cannot be wet. Soul cannot be withered by wind. And now also the same principle hasn't changed. It doesn't change. After billions and trillions and trillion years, after also it is the same principle. The principles will never change. But the material things, so when we were 5 years old, how was our mind? At the age of 10, how was our mind? 20, 40, now and after 10 years from now, how will be our mind?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, it's not clear, Prabhu.
Your voice is breaking, Prabhuji. Your voice is breaking.
It becomes like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Is it okay now?
I
No,
think
Prabhuji.
we have to close the video for some time.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we'll close the video.
Maybe you can try, Prabhuji.
Close karo.
No, Prabhuji can turn off video, then we can see the audio quality, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. If it is okay, if it is clear, please tell me.
It is little improved, Prabhuji.
Little
Not
clear, Prabhuji.
a little clear, but not very clear, but better than before, something like that.
Better than before.
We'll continue. Okay. So that is how it is. So it is not the same. It keeps changing. But anything that is never changed. It is that matter transforms. Yeah. Yes. We will not be this. So the great sage Vyasadeva could see this by his transcendent vision. As an astrologer can see the future of miracles. And all such transcendent beings who are naturally able to God are always eager to render welfare services to people in general. They are the real friends of the people in general, not the so-called public leaders who are able to see what's going to happen 5 minutes ahead. So the materialistic people, the materially oriented people,
There is still a problem.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Is it okay now?
Still not clear, Prabhuji. Not clear. There is some points.
Maybe, Prabhuji, internet connects and suddenly.
Yeah. Some towards the end of the class, sometimes it happens like that.
Now it is coming slowly clear. The last statement is coming clear.
It's okay. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
read it.
now it's okay.
Now it's okay?
Yes.
Now clear, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay.
So the materially oriented people cannot see what is going to happen. They cannot foretell. What is going to happen after 1 minute, they will not be able to say. What to speak of next year or in future. So in this age, the people in general, as well as their so-called leaders, are all unlucky fellows. Faithless in spiritual knowledge and influenced by the age of Kali. They're always disturbed by various diseases. For example, in the present age, there are so many TB patients and TB hospitals. But formerly this was not so because the time was not so unfavorable. When Prabhupada, when he was writing this purport, the TB was major problem. This that disease. Now it is cancer. Changed from that time to this time. Now, so many new diseases have come. That time it was TB patients and TB hospitals were coming. So the fortunate men of this age are always reluctant to give a reception to the transcendentalists who are representatives of Srila Vyasadeva, and selfless workers always busy in planning something which may help everyone in all statuses and orders of life. The greatest philanthropists are those transcendentalists who represent the mission of Vyasa, Narada, Madhava, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati, etc. They're all one and the same. The personalities may be different, but the aim of the mission is one and the same, namely to deliver the fallen soul back home, back to God. So the spiritual personalities, the acharyas, the pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, be he Vyasadeva, Narada, Madhava, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati, Thakur, their motto is only one: to help the human beings to go back home, back to God. Not only human being, to help all the living beings, not just human beings. They are not ordinary people like us, only to see the the good of only the human being. They see the benefit of all the living entities, because Lord Krishna says, Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the seed-giving father of all the living entities. So even the lower living entities should be taken care of, not just human beings. So the personalities may be different. Okay, they may come as Vyasadeva, Narada, or Madhava, or any other name, but their motto, their goal is one: to help everyone to go back home, back to Godhead. So the scriptures is meant for that. The acharyas are meant for that. The pure devotees of Supreme Lord are meant for that, to attain the kingdom of God. Because here we are rotting in this material world, undergoing all the threefold miseries, plus Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. So it is their, compassion that they are all helping us to go to that abode where there are no anxieties, no Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, no Trivida Klesha, no threefold miseries. So that is their only goal, to help all of us. Because they are not ordinary people, they are empowered representatives of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they are beyond the three modes of material nature. Whatever they are desiring is just for the benefit of the humanity at large, and plus for the benefit of all the living entities in this material world. In the 84 lakh species, there are many varieties of living entities. For the benefit of everyone, they are praying and they are trying their level best. Hare Krishna. So next is text 19 next week. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।